Jay Castille, the chairman of
Hey, I like that segue, right?
Jay, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Jay.
So how late was that meeting?
I guess we ended about 9:15 or so, 9:30.
Yikes. So a long one indeed, huh?
Yes, it was a long night.
Not a record, not a record, huh, Jay, but a long one.
Oh, no, man. Not a record.
There are record meetings that they've had.
So I'm curious, it sounded like from the different council folks that we had been able to chat with over the last couple of weeks that most folks were kind of feeling the way that what happened last night would happen. And that is, let's extend Redflex for another year. That way we give the administration and some of the new council members more time to be able to look at the contract. So let's talk a little bit about the folks who were there. Were there folks in opposition? Tell us what it was like last night.
Yeah, we had a couple of speakers last night to discuss the issue, and they had good points. The extension was approved, and what it's going to do is going to give us time to come up with new ideas and different ways to try to see if we want to keep this program or bring it in-house or do what we have to do. Just eliminating the contract mid-year like that would be kind of tough because there is budgeted funds for salaries for the police department. That's one reason why I support, keeping it in place for now. If you remember from the beginning, I really wasn't too excited about this program, and I'm still not really excited about it. But we got new council members; they have new ideas, and we're going to see if we can come up with some way to either make it work or just get rid of it altogether.
Yeah. Now, your opposition in the beginning, which I think is still there, is the idea you'd rather have men and women on the streets doing traffic enforcement, or am I off base there?
Oh, no, that you're 100% correct. I still believe in the old way of doing things. Right now we have just a couple of traffic officers. I like to have at least 15 to 20 of working traffic detail. That's if the people want that, they're going to have to pay for it. But I think they wouldn't mind paying for that extra police protection. The program, it is in some ways a safety program. It did change that driver behavior. It did slow him down. It did stop him from turning right on red. But it's still, I still believe in the old policing now. I always will.
Yeah, and Jay, there's a problem with collecting those fines, too, under this program in there.
Yes, we have some issues collecting it since the beginning. When it's a civil fine, it's tough to collect your money. But, either we're going to figure out a way to collect it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but, we have 12 more months to try to get this thing done correctly or, just abolish the program.
Yeah, that I was shocked by those published reports yesterday, the 211,000 notices. I think people have got this thing figured out. Hey, I don't have to pay this thing. So, over $12 million in fines. Well, it's almost like, what's the point of having a program that nobody's going to pay attention to?
Yeah, that's a little heartbreaking, I guess. We put something in place to try to help, the public and change some of the driving habits, and yet you break the law and you don't pay your fines. But,
yeah, there you go.
You can't enforce something like that. So it's tough. It's just catch-22, I guess.
Yeah. Now, we've got about a minute and a half to 2 minutes here left with you, Jay. And I want to ask you, from the standpoint of doing the program ourselves in-house, part of the big attraction for the folks who did vote it in was the idea that, this Redflex company, they bring all of the equipment, and so we get 60%, they get the 40%, and those numbers are still correct?
Yes, that's still the split,
correct.
60-40.
Yeah, so, at this point, is it still even, is it feasible? Do we know at this point if it's feasible to buy our own stuff and do this type of deal?
Well, I'm not sure if it's feasible yet. Like I said, we have to sit down and look at it. But this program was put into play before I came into office. It was in 2007, I think the council had voted it in. That's 9 years. If we put that infrastructure in ourselves, could we have paid for it by now? Or, we need to look at those things and those issues, how long it would take to pay for that stuff if we do it.
Yeah, at the and it was renegotiated once. It should be renegotiated again if it's extended at all with this company because, it seems to me that they've amortized all their costs,
That's right.
maybe we should get a better return if we're going to continue doing something like this. But again, there's still that problem of collection.
Mm-hmm.
And that one time that the city tried to file suit,
yeah,
that didn't go real well.
No. So
yeah.
A lot to look into. I know y'all are going to be up to the challenge to looking into all of it. And I know William Terrio very much against it. Do you think, though, if we're able to get back some of that money, it might change some people and where they kind of think about it on it, or not really?
I think some of the people on the council who are against the program 100%, like Mr. Terrio, I don't think he'll ever change his mind. But there's others who are borderline, such as me, I guess. And there's a couple other ones who don't like the program as it is, but if there's some improvements made to it, it may be acceptable.
Jay,
so there's some hope.
Real quick, do you think you're going to get that situation with the DA resolved?
I really can't speak about the DA's issue because he filed a suit against the council yesterday. But it's something that we're gonna work through, just like we talked to the judges last night. Cooler heads will prevail on this issue, and we just trying to do what's right for the people.
Yeah. Well, Jay Castille, the chairman of the Lafayette City Parish Council, has been our guest. Sir, thank you very much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.